to Next Week Now, everybody's favorite show. I'm your host, Anya Krishnaswamy. Let's get to some news. We're starting off this evening with a special Where Are They Now segment regarding former NBA players. The Washington Post recently published an expose where it was revealed that many former athletes have teamed up for what was described as a drug empire of truly confusing stature. Listen, y'all know me. For this gal, it's only ever wine o'clock, but apparently lots of people want to buy designer coke from a former ESPN Sportsman of the Year. Who'd have thunk? One athlete, Steve Ritchie, was quoted as saying, "In an athlete's life comes the day when he loses a bet and has to jump off the top of the Playboy Mansion into the hot tub below. And then all of a sudden, just because you're partially paralyzed below the waist, it all disappears in a heartbeat. I felt sorry for myself for a while. Then, one of my old homies hit me up. Turns out there's a solid retirement option for us retired athletes with no other real marketable skills." Now, listen, not everyone can be like Darling Ronnie and just be terrific at his job as an insurance salesman. I mean, then they would have moved out by 30. Come on, mama needs someone to watch Grey's Anatomy with. But with these young men, it's not just basketball. Other sports are involved. According to the article, football players are the perfect bodyguards. Tennis players are how they get the drugs into prison yards. And y'all may not believe this, but there are even some former pro poker players. How fun is that? Apparently that's how they, quote unquote, get out of sticky situations with the fuzz. Also, get this, you guys. You know the Olympics? Y'all best believe mama religiously watches that ice skating every 4 years. But apparently, it's described as drug trafficking Christmas, if Christmas only happened every 4 years. And instead of presents, there was some very, very, very intense international cartel conflicts. When asked if they were nervous that the story was being published, one anonymous source said, "Are you kidding? You think the US government is going to do something about it? Because sure, professional athletes don't totally ever get away with committing crimes. OJ is like our hero. Now that's a former athlete who knew how to live." Well, after this shocking admission, I think maybe it's time we accept some viewer call-ins.
Hi Anya, big fan of the show, no cap. Just calling in to say real quick, to each and every one of these athletes, when you die, I'm gonna dance in your grave so your soul in hell knows no peace.
You really hate drug dealers that much?
Hate them, bro? I am one. You know how hard it's been for us normal dudes in the trade to score jobs since those numbnuts started getting in on it?
I don't know, but please, do tell us.
Well, the other day my favorite client comes up, says, "Hey Fred, listen dude, you're great and all, but you won't believe who's my dealer now." 2 words, Stanley Cup.
Oh yeah, apparently those hockey guys are getting great at new clients. They're just so polite.
Those guys get shoe endorsements and VIP tickets and bachelor contestants as girlfriends, man. Just let me sell my weed, bro. All I have is a dog, a 2-bedroom apartment, and a useless communications degree from UT.
Fascinating perspectives. All I can say is, thank God Ronnie is only 5'7" and couldn't run the mile in middle school without collapsing. That reminds me. Have I told y'all about my collapsible wine flask? Now, for some very rational fears. Teens start a new trend. Again, this is a real thing that teens will actually be doing. We're on your TV, you can trust us. Teens everywhere will be basking in the spooky season by, you guessed it, summoning demons. Once the abandoned Radio Shack in the strip mall replaces the hanging for lease sign with the sign for Spirit Halloween, everything will start coming together. The craze will begin with these new teens in small towns as they have a new attraction to cling to when there's nothing else to do, which is always walking into that Spirit Halloween with a maze of decorations is a gold mine for the board. Once a kid gets their eye on the Stranger Things themed Ouija board, it's over for us old bitches. After the $19.99 purchase is when the magic really starts. Just like Stranger Things with Winona Ryder using the alphabet ball to find someone she loved, this board links you to someone you yearn for. Of course, some teenage girl will bring back Heath Ledger. My daughter loves him in 10 Things I Hate About You. If the future spirit of Heath Ledger is watching, she would love an autograph. My door is always open. especially my bedroom door. Oops, did I say that out loud? What was I even talking about? Fingers crossed someone summons Chris Cornell. My Soundgarden years were my wildest years, am I right, ladies? In all seriousness, things will get spooky. The constant need to relive their childhood will fuel their want to connect to people from the past. The children who say they have an old soul will need the most adult supervision. We don't need any curious teens wanting to bring back Bob Marley so they can sit around singing Buffalo Soldier and smoking the devil's lettuce. Don't even get me started on those girls listening to Lana Del Rey and watching Lolita. Lord knows what or who they'll summon. Of course, the fad will become a TikTok hit. The challenge to see if you can talk to the most famous person. Thing is, if you don't know how to properly send them back, they will be stuck here forever, latched onto the children. It'll be alright for people who bring back Elvis, but if your daughter is a little too obsessed with that Zac Efron Ted Bundy movie, good luck. John Lennon and George Harrison will reunite with Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr for a quick hello as he continues his own career. You heard that right, girl. A quick hello. Harrison will go back to supergroup The Traveling Wilburys while Lennon works on a solo career. The only thing is, he's not really into what people are expecting from him as he listens to Lizzo's most recent album and starts writing music for people who are 100% that bitch. They just start with remixes creating the Christmas hit Good as Hell Christmas, War is Over, featuring Missy Elliott, Lizzo, and John Lennon. Sign me up, Buttercup. He will be shown the video of the celebrities coming together to sing the song Imagine during the pandemic. After hanging around the team to summon him, he called it cringe. A lot of these folks just aren't with the times, if you catch my drift. Clark Gable from Gone with the Wind will get a little too friendly with the new women of Hollywood. He comes back as his younger self and gets a deal to make Gone with the Wind 2 just because they can make a reboot out of anything. He comes back with the attitude he had when he left. He thinks that he's God's gift. He probably just hasn't seen Chris Hemsworth yet. The Me Too movement continues with the Dead and Ghost Court is created. I think you know where this is headed. The weird guy who wanted to know what really happened to Jeffrey Epstein brought him back accidentally. More coverage on this trial to come. And these new concerts and reboots may seem like a good idea at first, but everything comes with a price. The demons need human lives to stay here. Anytime they get hungry, the child they are latched onto will have to find a soul for them to steal. Old people will be dropping dead like crazy as they're the most vulnerable. Not me though. I'm #middle-aged and proud. Oh yeah. The oldies only have a few years left, so the demons see them as an even trade. They're just speeding up the process. That's right. Another reason to stay inside all the time. If you're worried about your child, here are some warning signs to look for to see if they're summoning demons. If they start going to Bath and Body Works for the candles, if they start hanging around a little too long after church at the gift shop, if they listen to the Walmart employee Christmas album, if they try to solve the murder of John Bennett Ramsey, if you or a loved one has mesothelioma, if their favorite color is burnt sienna, if they didn't lie about reading all 1,100 pages of it, if they thought TikTok was lame and felt they were superior to everyone else for not having it, and frequent urination. Remember to reach out to your kids. Ask them how they're doing every day. See if they're struggling in school, or if they know anything about the new odd-looking board in the Monopoly box. This definitely will happen, because kids in your neighborhood are already doing it. Next up, we have Next Week Now's dumbest producer, Michelle Faccio, asking the locals about the 2020 election.